Welcome back, viewers. You are still tuned into Prime Live, and today we are thrilled to have two phenomenal women in studio with us, Farhana Omarjee as well as Safira Bismillah, who are from the Organizing Committee of the Walk for Freedom. This event is happening on the 7th of December 2024 at the Lakewood Conference Center, and it is a 2.5-kilometer walk in support of Palestine. The walk will serve as a platform to express our solidarity with the Palestinian people who face an unimaginable hardship. Assalamu alaikum, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us on Prime Live.
Walaikum salam.
Walaikum salam.
I mean, it's such a privilege to have you in studio with us, and I'm always fascinated by, events that are coming together to show support for Palestine, because we absolutely should always be speaking about Palestine. But Farhana, I'm going to start the conversation off with you this evening. Can you talk to us a bit more about the significance of the walk? You are also the mum of the late Riza as well, who will be honored at this walk as well. Talk to us a bit more about the significance of the walk, as well as, the message and the purpose of the walk.
Okay, Jazakallah for having us. I truly appreciate that you've given us this opportunity. So as you exactly said, the significance of this walk is so that we can focus on the plight of the Palestinian people. And of course, so that we can show our support for these people. The thing is, what's currently happening is to the Palestinian people is absolutely intolerable. And I mean, we all are, we're watching it daily. The genocide is just horrific. So apart from, I've always felt very passionately about Palestine, and I've tried as much on my side to, get involved in these events and these marches and walks, etc. But I think why this walk is very, very important to me and is close to my heart is because it's actually aligns with the purpose that my late son Riza Saluji had. He tried, even though his life was so hectic, he had so much going on, but he made that time, and he really tried to get involved as much as he could with the PSA marches, with the protests, with the fundraising events, So, and Riza, I can't explain to you how he felt about the Palestinian people. He would even come to me, and say to me, or say to us as a family, that, these people are just truly amazing. Like, he was in awe of the Palestinians. He used to even say that, I don't understand how they have so much courage and determination, I don't know if you've seen the poem that he wrote. So there was a poem that he actually wrote, and after he passed away, I actually found this poem in his drawer, and it was actually a poem to the Palestinian people. And he writes there, he says, in his poem, he actually says that, I'm actually jealous of you because Allah has chosen you. And, keep fighting and keep surviving. So that's truly what this walk, well, that's the significance of it.
I mean, that was so powerfully said, and I think I relate so much to what you're saying, because we take so much of inspiration from the Palestinian people. With the little they have, their power never wavers, their confidence never wavers, and their faith, absolutely, their faith in Allah never wavers, despite the hardships and the difficulty, and despite everything Israel has taken from them. I think they always have that fighting spirit that inspires us all, and I think this is such a beautiful way for you to recognize Riza and to honor something that he was proud of, and something that he was passionate about as well, and to get to share that with communities as well is really amazing. Safira, I'm going to ask you our next question. I think a lot of our viewers at home actually want to know, where is the walk? Tell us all the details, the date, the time, how do we get tickets, and how do we support this amazing cause?
Okay, so the walk is on the 7th of December. It's at the Lakewood Conference Center. It starts at the Lakewood Conference Center at the entrance. It goes through the streets of Ormonde. It's only 2.5 kilometers, so it's an easy walk for anybody. It ends back at the Lakewood Conference Center. But the other thing what we will have also is stalls that will be selling food items, clothing items. It's quite a big variety of stores. But the proceeds from there also goes to Palestine and to the PSA. The other thing is the walk. Like I said, it's an easy walk. It's okay for anybody to do, and we will have a water point en route. And it's just a day of fun and at the same time raising money for Palestine.
Absolutely. So it can be absolutely something you can do with the whole family, with the kids, and even our grandparents maybe can try a 2.5 walk. I think it's an amazing thing for us to come together as a community and, yes, honor the memory of Riza, but also stand up for the people of Palestine. But Farhana, I also want to ask you about the fundraising element of the walk. Can you tell us about the price of the ticket? How do we get it? And can you talk to us a bit more about the fundraising initiative that is also very much part of the walk?
Okay, so the tickets are literally the 30 rand a ticket, okay? You can purchase tickets, so I'm part of we are a group called Elevate Events. Safira and I and the other ladies are not present with me today, but we all, we have tickets, so for those of you that want to purchase tickets, not too keen on the online purchase, you can purchase tickets from us. On the ad, our numbers are stated there with our details. Alternatively, the PSA has created a link, so you literally can buy the tickets on that link. As far as the proceeds, etc., so inshallah, I'm really hoping and praying that inshallah we have a really successful event. And what will happen, and I think people need to, people want to know, that, okay, fair enough, we're doing this, but what's going to happen? Is this money actually, where is it going to go? So the proceeds are going to go to the PSA, right? And the PSA obviously then, whatever they require in terms of running the organization, in terms of furthering the cause for the Palestinians, and then a percentage of that will then be given directly to Gift of the Givers, and inshallah that will reach Palestine.
Yeah, I mean, this is an amazing initiative. I know that Gift of the Givers has been instrumental in providing much needed, essential supplies to the people in Palestine. We know that so much has been taken from them. And I think what a worthy way to honor your son by, contributing to the people he admired and loved so, so much. And I think we all have our part to play to make this event successful. To our viewers, what would your message be to them about coming through and participating at this event? And what would your message be?
Okay, so my message would be that, I'm sure all of us, we watch daily, we watch the television, we're on social media, we read about what is going on, and we watch the massacre of innocent people. And, every day we sit, well, for me at least, I'll sit and think to myself, like, what can I do? How do I help these people? And this is exactly how you help these people, by making yourself part of these events, by joining the walks, by being part of the protests. For the Palestinian people, this gives them, this makes them feel that, they're not alone. So, obviously we appreciate the donations, and so many people have been so generous, and we're so grateful to them. But the other thing is that for us to come out in our numbers, for us to show our presence, for us to actually be there physically, I can't tell you, there's nothing more significant in that way, because that shows how we're supporting them. And the videos go viral on social media, and when the Palestinian people actually get word of the fact that this march was held in South Africa, or this walk was held in South Africa, and this was the amount of people, and they hear that the South African Muslims together with other people all are in support of them, then that's literally how we help them.
I think that's so powerfully said. I think there's so many of us out there who feel so hopeless because we're from a distant part of the world and there's not a lot we can do. But here you ladies and your amazing committee that has put this together, as well as the PSA, have given us an opportunity and a platform, yes, to show our solidarity, our love and appreciation for the people of Palestine, but also a way for us to feel like we are a part of the struggle, like we can help them in some way or form. But Safira, what I also want to ask you this evening, when it comes to the walk, what would you feel is, the intended message that you would like for anyone who's participating to take away from their experience in being part of the walk? And if there is anyone out there who perhaps, yes, would like to participate, are you guys open to any kind of donations or additional support for the cause as well?
So we will have a donation box on the day, so they can give in cash donations. The tickets will be sold at the gate as well for some latecomers, so that all will go to PSA. The walk itself, like Farhana said, we can't literally go to Palestine, but by walking that distance, indirectly we are helping them. So that is our bid to help them.
And Nat, if I can just, I mean,
Yes,
sorry, Naz, if I
please
can
go
just
ahead.
add to that, the other thing is, you know, when we do mass action and when we go out, that allows us to be involved, you know, in good causes. I mean, we all as South Africans know that, you know, we know the atrocities of apartheid. So this is now awareness of what is going on in Palestine. And the other thing is that all these people that come out and are present, we networking. And as we're networking, then people are like, now they understand how to get involved and it motivates them. And now there's a platform or they get the ability to do more good. And that's exactly what we need. We need more people. We need more people to, because I know there's so many out there and they just don't know how. And they don't know, you know, like they don't have maybe that direct communication with these amazing organizations. So inshallah, this is how it happens.
That's very true. I think there's so many people out there who have incredible ideas. They just don't have the necessary resources to bring them together. And I like that you said that this event can maybe be, you know, the starting point for future events that can take place. But I think personally, as a young person, I think it's so important for young people to get more involved and raise their voices for Palestine. And, you know, just you talking about how passionate Riza was about Palestine and, you know, standing up for Palestinian people, it makes me feel like he's such an inspiration to other young people. And I think we need more young voices in South Africa to also, you know, be part of the action, be part of the solidarity and really paving the way forward. Farhana, what would your message be, you know, from your experience, you know, having a son who was so passionate about making a difference in the world and making sure that he was personally taking responsibility rather for the other children in the world who didn't have, you know, the opportunities that he did. What would your message be to young people out there? We know they are so well equipped with social media platforms and TikTok, and we're living in this influencer generation. What would your message be to them to use their influence to make a difference in the way Riza did?
So my message to all the youth out there would be that, you know, Riza was, you know, he wasn't somebody, or rather that his whole life wasn't dedicated perhaps to this only, you know, this only purpose or function. He was like everybody else, you know, he had his activities, he had his friends, he had everything. But in his day, he made that time to do something that was good and important. And, you know, well, especially with this cause. And Riza's left a legacy that as a mother, I don't even think I realized what my son, what he had achieved you know, during his short life. So my message is that don't ever feel, you know, that that little thing that you're doing is insignificant, because it's that, you know, standing up in a class and just making your voice heard or disagreeing with somebody and not being afraid to stand up for justice and for what's right. And that was Riza. You know, sometimes it wasn't always easy, sometimes, but, you know, people would obviously maybe be defensive to what he had to say. But the crucial thing, he did it with the utmost respect, and he never ever offended anybody. And that was how he got his message across, and he got people to actually want to be involved and actually want to follow him. And you know, it's been a tough journey, I mean, as you can imagine, as a mother. But I myself want to carry on that legacy, because I feel that's exactly what we need to do in life. You know, when you ask yourself, what is your purpose? This is your purpose. And I think that was my son's purpose.
Thank you for sharing that. That was very powerful. I think what you said was so beautiful, is that we often think of the little small good things that we do as insignificant, but they are so powerful in the greater scheme of things. And if you think about perhaps 1,000 people doing little small things every day, you make such a bigger impact. You make such a greater impact just taking the little bit of good that you can do for the world in your day-to-day life. I think we all need to be a lot more mindful about the way we're living our lives and being very aware of the privilege we've been given, and we've been put in this position so that we can help those in need. Absolutely, for sure. But Safira, I know earlier in the conversation you did mention that you and a group of ladies actually run an events company as well, and that's why you're also part of the organizing committee for the walk as well. Can you tell us a bit more about the company and what type of events you do, and if there is anyone out there in our audience this evening who wants to partner with you, perhaps for future events, for creating awareness for Palestine, please tell us more.
Okay, so it came about with 7 individual ladies with the same passion to go out and educate women. We mainly do events for women, right? Um, so our passion is to educate on different types of aspects of life. And okay, this PSA is a little bit different from what we normally do, um, but it's also something to help people. So our main aim is to help people. So we do the events. It's whatever is needed. We organize venues, food, and everything that's needed around the venue. So people can contact us for whatever type of events they need. We mainly deal only with women because we still stick true to our religion and what we taught. So yeah, so that is the base of Elevate events. Anybody can contact us. Our numbers are the same numbers that's on the PSA ad.
Thank you for sharing that. I think it's really inspiring to see this group of women who are doing such amazing things. It's incredibly inspiring for young girls also to look up to you guys and see, you know, the amazing work that you are doing. And I love that your company has a focus on events for women, because for women by women, we absolutely need to see more of that in our communities. And on the topic of Palestine, I think it's amazing that women are bringing together this conversation, because if we look at what our women in Palestine are currently experiencing, whether it's lack of healthcare, whether it's losing their children, whether it's, you know, the lack of dignity that they're being that's being inflicted upon them, it's absolutely horrific to see. But Farhana, it's been absolutely amazing. Safira, thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm so inspired by the work that you have done to create this incredible event. And, you know, what a beautiful way to recognize Riza. I mean, he was an amazing young man, and I think we are also inspired by his legacy and his story. And hopefully one day we can have you back and you can share the poem with us. I know that it will inspire a lot. But before we let you go, Farhana, please do once again just share for one last time those details with us on how we can participate in the walk.
Okay, so just once again, and before I give that information, I just want to tell you that you know, with the last event, I don't know if you are aware that they had a recent PSA event in Indonesia, and it was absolutely amazing because a check of 3 million rand was literally awarded to Gift of the Givers at that event. So inshallah, my dua is that we're going to make this even a bigger, more successful event. And in order for those details, if you want to come and be part of this, there is a link that you can go onto and purchase tickets, or otherwise my name and Aisha, our details are on the ad. You can contact us and you can purchase tickets from us.
Perfect. Farhana, thank you so much for joining us. Safira, thank you for joining us. And I really commend you from the bottom of my heart for bringing together such an amazing initiative and an amazing cause. And may Allah grant Riza the highest stages of Jannah. May Allah continue to reward him for all the amazing, you know, events that are now continuing on in his memory. So thank you for joining us.
Jazakallah. Thank you very much.
Viewers at home, please do make sure you go out and support this incredible walk, this amazing initiative. Even if you're not very fit, a 2.5 kilometer walk is absolutely something you can do with all your family and friends. It is absolutely all our responsibility to cater for and to care for the people of Palestine. And if you're feeling like a lot of us are, where you feel like there's so much more you can be doing to support the people of Palestine, this is absolutely an amazing way to do so. It is on the 7th of December. Please do reach out to them on their contact numbers to get your ticket, or you can buy your ticket online. On that note, it is time for us to head over to an ad break, and we'll come right back.